what I'm saying you can see here. This is written here. The electrode which have positive value of a standard electrode potential act as what? They act as cathode. So these are the characteristic of the electrochemical cell. Now let's talk about the another characteristic. Here it is written that the reducing power of reduced state is decreased from top to bottom in the series. Okay, and so you can look here, the reducing power is just decreasing, okay, from top to bottom, that the electrodes, or you can say the elements present here at the top have lesser the most reducing power. Okay, so here the lithium will be most powerful reducing agent, as the reducing character is decreasing down the group reducing character is decreasing. Okay, so lithium will be most powerful reducing agent. Okay, and what will be the case for fluorine? You can look here F minus. What will be the case for this? So it will be very poor reducing agent. Okay, fluorine minus will be poor reducing agent. So this is the third category of the electrochemical series. Now let's talk about the fourth one. It will talk about the oxidizing power. So you all know, as reducing power is decreasing down the group, so the vice versa case will be for oxidizing power, that is oxidizing state of electrode is increased from top to bottom in series. You know, as reducing power decreasing, oxidizing power is increasing. So for this, what we can assume? We can simply assume that here in case of Li plus, let me show you here, in case of Li plus, okay, so Li plus is the weakest oxidizing agent. Okay, and what will be the case for F2? Here you can see for F2 it will be strongest oxidizing agent. Why? Because oxidizing power is increasing down the group. Oxidizing power is increasing down the group. Okay, so you have to remember these terms. What about reducing power? It is decreasing down the group. What about oxidizing power? It is increasing down the group. What the negative sign indicate? It indicate that electrodes will act as anode when connected to standard hydrogen electrode. What does positive sign indicate? That indicate that electrodes will assume as cathode when connected to standard hydrogen electrode. Now let's talk about the fifth category or characteristic. So here it is given that the reactivity of the metal is decreases from top to bottom in the series. You all know this phenomena previously in your 10th classes, also in your 11th classes also. There you have seen the metallic series or activity of metal, reactivity of metal. Then you have seen that lithium is most reactive, then sodium, then potassium. They are that much reactive. Let us write the order. So if you will see that just we were talking about that series, so it was the series given in your 10th classes. So from here what we have to recall only that here you can see this is the reactivity series of the metals. So what happens? Potassium is most reactive, then sodium, then calcium, and these elements are that much reactive. Okay, these elements are that much reactive that they even react with water also. Okay, they can react with water also. That's why they are kept in kerosene. Okay, this potassium and sodium. So this point is only correlated to that the reactivity of metal is decreases from top to bottom. That is, the metals which are at top, that is lithium, potassium, barium, calcium, the reactivity order just goes on decreasing. Lithium will be most reactive, then potassium, then barium, then calcium, and the reactivity order just goes on. Okay, now let's talk about the very last category. Here the electropositive character of the metal decreases from top to bottom of the series. So it is not tough for you, as the reactivity is decreasing, so the electropositive character will also decrease. The topmost will be most electropositive, and then it goes on decreasing. What I mean to say here, lithium will be most electropositive, and then the just series just goes on decreasing. So the reactivity and electropositive character goes on decreasing. One more thing is goes on decreasing, that is the reducing power also. Reducing power also goes on decreasing. That's why lithium is most powerful reducing agent, lithium is most reactive, lithium is most electropositive. Okay, from here you have to correlate, and there are very many applications of this electrochemical series which we will discuss later. Just student, this topic is very important, because almost in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, that every alternate year question are asked from this topic. Okay, so it is most probably that in 20 or 21 it may be asked again. Okay, and it come in two parts. Sometimes it is asked what is electrochemical series and explain its characteristic. Okay, so for this you have to know the electrochemical series and its characteristic. I have mentioned you all the characteristic of electrochemical series, but there is one more part of this topic, that is applications. Okay, what are the application of electrochemical series? That part may be asked in 2 marks question or in objective, that it will be given 2-3 compounds and it will be asked from you that which will displace whom, is the reaction is feasible or not. So for that topic we will discuss in our next turn. Until, just revise whatever we have discussed from the very basic, that is we have discussed about the electrochemistry, then we have discussed about the electrolytic cell, then galvanic cell. Just try to wrote on their signs, their designation, and also the representation of galvanic cell and the standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, so this is all about today's topic. Today we have discussed the electrochemical series, and this is nothing but simply the arrangement of various electrodes. You can look here the electrodes, and in increasing order of their standard reduction potential. Okay, in increasing order of their standard reduction potential. And what we have seen in their characteristic, there are some 5-6 points in their characteristic. The first is that negative sign indicate that they act as anode when connected to standard hydrogen electrode. Then what we have seen that positive sign indicate that they act as cathode when connected to standard hydrogen electrode. Then what we have seen that the reducing power is just decreasing from top to bottom. So we assume that lithium is most powerful reducing agent, and in case of fluorine, that is a poor reducing agent. Then what we have seen, the oxidizing power. Just firstly talk about the related terms, that is reducing power increases down the group, reducing power increases, then reactivity or decreases from top to bottom, then electropositive character also decreases from top to bottom. Okay, so what is the thing that is increasing? Only reducing power is increasing. Even oxidizing power is also decreasing. Okay, so this is about its characteristics. Look here, the reactivity of metal is decreasing. That's why lithium will be most reactive. The electropositive character of metal is decreasing, that is lithium will be most electropositive. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you, class.